Good morning. Welcome back to another edition of Thursday Thunder. I am Kyle Roberts, joined again by Jason Merkel from E-flite. And if you're a Surface guy, stay tuned. We have something coming up here shortly. But first, let's talk about a familiar friend here.
Yep, this is something, one of those new old releases.
Yeah.
So this is an airplane we did have some years ago under E-flite. It was the UMX GB, and at the time it was one of our very first airplanes equipped with AS3X. And the reason that was important at the time is, as subject matter, the GB, obviously it's an interesting shape, very unique shape, that teardrop-shaped fuselage, very short tail moment, relatively short span wing. So it was, in general, they're a little bit squirrely. AS3X really smoothed that out. It didn't fly the airplane for you, but what it did is it kind of damped things out, especially if you tried to fly it outside in the wind. And so it really made it an incredible flight experience. And I know a lot of guys were shocked at how well it flew, considering it was a GB. We've seen GB models over the years where they have to land them extremely fast, you have to fly them around extremely fast. This airplane had a wider speed envelope, and being an ultra micro, you could fly it in smaller spaces. That was what was really cool about it. So I'll never forget that when I first got mine and took it out to the field, the guys were blown away. A bunch of guys ran out and got them. And then not long after that, just a couple of years later, it was discontinued, unfortunately. And so what we decided to do is, after seeing a lot of guys talking about them online and watching them pop up in the classifieds getting bought up right away, we're like, maybe there's a lot of guys who would like to have this back. So what we did is we didn't just bring it back the way it was. We brought it back with AS3X, which it originally had, but we've now added Safe Select. The benefit of that is now you can basically, even with a lesser skill set, fly this airplane with Safe on, no problem. You've got the bank angle limits, pitch angle limits, you've got self-leveling built in. Then you can turn that off. Then you've got AS3X active, which it still has a great flight experience. And then the other thing we did is we added a higher kV motor. So we went from a 3,000 kV to now a 3,600 kV motor. Same prop. Same battery, although instead of running a 2S200, you could. We're going to recommend now the 2S280 battery. The benefit there is you're going to have more speed, more thrust, more vertical, just a better all-around flight experience. Plus, you've got Safe. One really exciting thing now is the price is lower, too. So back in the day, I think it was $159, $160. Now it's $129.99.
Awesome.
So $130 US, and it's an airplane that, again, I think it's kind of a missed favorite and a classic that it's nice to have in the portfolio in our lineup. And I think guys are going to be very excited that we brought it back. But, you know, like all things, you got to buy it, got to support it to keep it around. You know, we're really hoping it takes off and it's very successful, and I think it will be. One of the nice things about it is that you don't just have to fly it because it's an ultra micro indoors. You can fly it indoors, and if you do, I recommend flying it in something like a maybe 2 basketball court gym. If you're a very skilled pilot, you might be able to fly it in a smaller space. But if you guys go to Horizon Hobby YouTube channel, you can check out, we did a flight talk video with David Payne, the original developer. He's flying it around inside of an airplane hangar. We had some fun with that last week. That was a really cool experience. And then you can also check out, we had the previous launch video from back in the day, the product video about the GB. It flies very much like it did before. So if you watch that old video, you'll see it in action. The AS3X, the locked-in smooth flight performance, all of that is still in this airplane with the addition now of Safe, and then also, again, the higher kV motor. Kind of hard to show more speed on a video like that. So down the road, we may have a new video that shows some of those things, but in the meantime, you can go check out that flight talk with myself and David. That's really cool. That should be up on the site by the time you see this. And then, again, you can check out the kind of old product video for that to get some more idea of how it flies. And then you guys can see it's just got a ton of scale detail. It's a really good-looking airplane. And some guys are not going to be familiar with it. They're going to say, I've never seen anything like this before. And it's got a lot of things, like the ribs are molded in. We've got panel lines, rivets. We've got the flying wires modeled. We've got the wheel spats pants modeled here. We've got a steerable tail wheel, pilot figure, the whole shebang. I mean, it's honestly nice enough to just sit on display in an office, but then at the same time, you can take it out and fly, which is really, really cool. So I'm very excited about this. Again, this is the E-flite UMX GBR2. It's under a different item number than it was before because now we sell Bind and Fly Basic instead of full Bind and Fly, which used to come with a battery and a charger. Now we sell without. Again, lower price point. Should be available in June-July time frame. And again, I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be a neat addition to our lineup.
Yeah. One last thing about this. What kind of, with the higher kV motor and the higher recommended battery, what kind of like flight time are we looking at?
Depends on if you fly it at full throttle or if you kind of cruise around with throttle management. Anywhere from, say, 4 to 8 minutes, probably somewhere in there. Most of us, the way we fly, because it's kind of a racer, we're on the throttle a lot. But you can easily throttle back and cruise around it. I would be shocked. I've got a lot of guys who are shocked at how slow it can fly. And I was shocked at how slow it can fly and still remain locked in. And even though it's a GB, it doesn't snap or spin or do anything like that. It doesn't have any bad habits like that. So even if you've only flown maybe one low-wing airplane before, you can easily fly this, especially with Safe on. Almost anybody can fly it. But that said, I think if you've got a little bit of time in a low-wing, higher-performance airplane or Warbird or something like that, you can easily fly this airplane.
Perfect. Well, again, that info will be on horizonhobby.com. now. We also wanted to bring up Foam Frenzy again because we're running out of time and we're probably running out of planes at this point.
We are. We actually have already sold out of some airplanes. Like, for example, Carbon Z Cessnas are gone. When we sell out of things, unfortunately, you don't get the discount anymore. So you got to make sure if you have a favorite, pick it up as soon as you can.
Yep.
Timbers are getting low, I think, in stock. The Cirrus SR22, the AT6, PT17, Ultra Micro Air Commander. So we got $15 off Ultra Micros, $30 off your Park Flyers, and $50 off the Carbon Z Cessna, the Binafly version, Binafly Basic version, if you can find it in stock somewhere. This goes until the end of the month, so April 30th. Make sure, though, you go ahead and get one as soon as possible. And honestly, this is going to be the lowest sale price for the whole year on a lot of these airplanes. Right. So if you've been looking at one of these, it's coming up to flying season. I know winter seems to be lingering a bit here. But if you're getting ready for flying season, don't miss out on this opportunity to save some big cash.
And this is, you have to use foam in checkout on Horizon.
Yeah. When you go to HorizonHobby.com, you're going to see the regular price. We didn't raise the prices and then discount them. Right. No, it's the same price it always is. You have to put in that coupon code FOAM to get the discount. If you're on other websites, same thing. If you go to a store, you have to have a coupon. Some of them will have it there for you.
Right.
You just have to hand them the coupon. We take care of the rest on the back end with them, and they give you the discount right there on the spot.
Perfect. All right. Again, we have something new surface-wise. Stay tuned. We will see you guys back in just a moment. And welcome back here. I am now joined by Jeff Johns from Axial, and we don't have anything to show you physically. We might have some pictures here shortly, but we do have a new announcement from them, a new lineup addition to the SCX-10-2, correct?
Correct.
And what is the official name here that we're going with?
It's the SCX-10-2 Deadbolt 2.
Perfect. So this is kind of taking the same updates that you've done with the version 2
of the SCX-10.
Perfect.
Correct.
And kind of updating what you guys had already in the past. And obviously, in a perfect world, we would have everything here, but with a little bit of the chaos we've had over the past couple of weeks, which we're sure you're aware of, we don't have anything to show you physically. But just kind of talk about this is ready to run. A lot of our viewers might not be real familiar with the Axial brand, what all it comes with. So
okay, yes, it is a ready to run. It's a lower price point versus the rest of our current SCX-10 line. It comes with all the great features of the AR-44 low pinion axles. It has the Deadbolt body that was on the original Deadbolt. It has the Nitto tires. So it's a great value for the customer, completely ready to run with radio. The only thing the customer needs to provide is batteries for the controller and then also for the vehicle itself, which are available at your local hobby shop. So looking forward to getting that out to market. We haven't had a new product in quite some time, so it's nice to have it. And also
good timing. A little chaotic timing, but it's good timing.
Also under the Horizon wings, it'll be nice, the first launch. So.
Yeah, and so for this, make sure you go to axialracing.com.
Correct.
Or towerhobbies.com. That's where these will kind of live in the interim.
Correct.
And all the pricing and everything will be available there. And hopefully...
It should all be available by April 20th on the websites. It should be hitting your local hobby shops around the 24th of April.
That's right around the corner.
Yes.
I like that.
It's coming soon.
People can see it and right away they can go get it.
Yep.
Other than that, unless there's anything else you wanted to bring up?
We have our Axial Fest event coming up in the month of July, and we look forward to seeing everybody out there. And it's a really great experience if you haven't had the opportunity to go out there and have some fun with your scale trail vehicle.
One other thing. Today, make sure you check out Tower Garage, which will be up later, and that will be on Facebook, and we might share it across a few of our different pages. So that's something new that we're, not really new that we're doing, but something new that we're going to show you guys. So aside from that, I think we've covered everything. We will see you guys back here same time, same place. If you're watching on YouTube, as always, make sure you comment, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks again.